Whether you are a college student, a fresh graduate, or someone who has years of experience, we've all been through times when we are actively looking for internships or jobs. We send out stacks of resumes to recruiter every day, so much so that we've lost count of it. Quite frankly, you don't really remember how many jobs applications you've submitted. You only know that you sent out a lot. What's worse is that you not only lost count of the number, you also don't remember what exactly you've applied to. Have you ever looked at the position opening and thought to yourself, wait, have I applied to this one before? Or in another case, do you find it troublesome that you need to log into each company's application portal to find your status instead of being able to view all of your application status in one place? While some of us may have the habit of jotting down the details of every job application on a spreadsheet or a notepad, it is quite an old school and inconvenient way of organizing our job application history. So here we are, introducing you to Applico, a Google Chrome extension that helps you record and give you an overview of everything about your job hunting journey.
With Applico installed on your Chrome browser, you can instantly see how many jobs you have applied to over a period of time, the job titles, and the status of each application. Given the aggregated information, Applico tracks all the important details in your job hunting journey, and can even show you who your most aspired employers are, based on the number of applications you have sent out to that company. We realize that not being able to have an overview of all your job applications in one place has caused great inconvenience for a lot of job candidates, and that inspired us to make Applico, the one-off solution to this problem. The user interface and prototypes were designed in Figma. We first wireframed the layout of the extension pop-up to determine which format provided the best user experience, and then we created the high-fidelity mockups. We wanted to create a user interface that was clean and simple, yet comprehensive with the information displayed. To do this, we created a small pop-up window that initially displays only the most recent and relevant information. Users then have the option of expanding into the dashboard to see a more detailed view of the jobs they've applied for. In the dashboard view, information is organized into 3 distinct categories and visualized through color-coded graphs such as bars and pie charts. This makes it easy for the user to see an overview of the status of their applications at a glance. They can quickly see how many job offers, interviews, and rejections they've received so far. In the application history view, users can see a list of all the jobs they've applied to in a specific time frame and whether they have received a response from the employer. They also have additional options such as flagging an application for follow-up, viewing the job posting directly, and adding comments for future reference.
So the technical difficulties that we faced while building this extension was bypassing the content security policy of Google Chrome. So we had inline JavaScript in our code that was somehow triggering or violating the content security policy. To troubleshoot this problem, we spent a significant amount of time to Google and try various configurations of CSP. At first, we thought it was the way React was handling the API request, but then we changed our project structure to simple HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but still ended up getting the same error regarding content security policy. So for then the second approach that we took was to make the GET request to Gmail directly, but that was failing too because of overthinking problems.
The Applico Google Chrome extension is built using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a Gmail API, Google Authentication, and Tableau to make the graphs. It does not use any fancy frameworks such as React, as we're trying to keep a simple design. The data flow of this application works as follows. Applico first authenticates the user, allowing us to access the Gmail using Google Authentication, which then sends us a secret key that we use and store as a cookie on the browser itself. And this allows for us to reuse the extension over and over again without the user trying to authenticate themselves every single time. Then a request is sent to the Gmail API with that key with JSON data returned to us, which is then parsed for specific keywords such as thanks for applying to find job-specific emails, and further then it's parsed into tabular format for creating graphs and other metrics for the user. An example of the graphs that we use are from Tableau. So we currently don't have any custom graphs, so we're trying to make it as simple, usable, and open source that we can try to build a bigger and better product later on. And that's how mainly our Applico extension is built.